Now, some of y'all might know, DJ Akademiks has a quote-unquote clone that works at No Jumper called Poetic Flakko. Now, Poetic Flakko was mentioned by DJ Akademiks on his Breakfast Club interview where he mentioned somebody who was coming up right now and was somewhat imitating him, and he referenced the fact that when he was coming up, he himself imitated Charlemagne the God. Now, Flakko is on No Jumper, and he makes his own YouTube videos. He follows the same format as DJ Akademiks. He has the GIFs. He follows Akademiks' cadence. He flows and speaks like Akademiks. He's very much an Akademiks clone. Now, here's my issue with Flakko. Flakko is in denial. Like, everybody can see the hardcore imitation coming from Flakko, and all I want Flakko to do, bro, all I want Flakko to do is just admit, bro, like, just admit that you're copying Ak. Like, and the thing is this, it's a bad thing that he's copying Ak at this stage in the game because everybody has their eyes on Flakko. People know who Flakko is. See, Flakko is not a still unknown guy. He's got picked up and got the cosign of Adam22. So right now, Flakko has the cosign while simultaneously having to deal with the fact that he's still in his imitation phase. While he has the cosign, while people are watching him. And now his content is becoming synonymous with Akademiks. So much so that Akademiks fans go to his videos, like almost all of his videos have a fuck ton of Akademiks fans who just talk crazy. You got one nigga saying, bro stole DJ Akademiks' whole swag. LMAO. This is who he was talking about in his Breakfast Club interview. Somebody else said, Flakko just jacked Ak's whole entire format, which is true. Then somebody else said, these YouTubers really took Akademiks' whole style. LOL is hilarious. Then another nigga said, baby Ak. What? Okay, this is disrespectful. This nigga violated. Flakko gotta handle this shit. Some nigga said, baby Ak speaks. How original. Yeah, Flakko, you gotta handle that. Nigga, gear up and handle that, because that's super disrespectful. But Flakko, you just gotta. My thing with Flakko is Flakko, you gotta admit that you copy Ak. Like, this nigga copies Ak to such an insane extent. It's weird to watch as a fellow content creator, because I watch Akademiks all the time. I watch Ak streams all the time. I recently been keeping up with his streams to the point where I watch them live now. Like, I don't just watch the clips. Now I watch them live. The similarity in Flakko's content and Akademiks' old and recent content in terms of YouTube videos with the GIFs is too similar. It's too similar. And Flakko has to understand, like, nigga, you at that stage now where we know who you are, but your content is so similar to Ak's that we look at it as almost interchangeable. We look at it as this is just copy. This is just the copy and paste Ak. This is the what's the off name brands at Publix. This is the fucking nigga. What are these brands? I'm forgetting them. Of all the times to be forgetting the names of these brands, I'm forgetting them now. What the fuck? What is bra? Like, somebody get in the comment section and say what the name of one of these fucking brands, bro. Flakko is literally the fucking off-brand great value version of Ak at the moment. Like, this is the reality. Like, Flakko is the great value version of Ak. And the reason why he is because he's trying to be Ak. He's trying to be Ak. And the thing is this, Akademiks' stock is increasing. Niggas fuck with Ak now. Before, niggas hated Ak. Like, Ak was widely hated. Like, only a small percentage of hip-hop fans actually fuck with Ak. Now, niggas on the Breakfast Club, people are changing their minds about him after this horrible week he just had. He's doing off the record. His Twitch clips are going viral. Ak is going up right now. People are fucking with Ak. They like Ak. Now, as Ak is going up and up and up, and people are appreciating the real thing more and more and more, it's going to be a lot harder to sell a copy of that. It's going to be a lot harder. On top of that, Akademiks has done a lot of things that have earned him the ire and the anger of a lot of people. Do you really want his downfalls and pitfalls to be put on you? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is I think Flakko should think about it from that perspective. Like, do you really want to embrace this man's whole way of doing things? Because at the end of the day, yeah, it worked, but the nigga it worked for is still alive. He's still breathing. He puts out content every day. He's grinding. He's out there. He's killing the game. You can't take a format that's already working for the nigga that made it. Nobody can replace Drake right now because Drake's still here. Nobody can replace Ak right now. Ak is still here. Flakko's just gotta admit, is all I'm saying. The nigga gotta admit. Just admit that you copy Ak. That's all I'm saying. Like, niggas can make whatever kind of content they want. They can do it however they want. But Flakko seems to be completely in denial. And he was like, you know, I say things like niggatry and this and that and that. And that's my slang. That's my lingo. Like, no, bro. You definitely derived a lot of your lingo inspiration from Ak. This is just the facts of it. These are the facts. I know. I watched Ak from when I was fucking 13 all the way up to now. I've been watching Ak. We all know that you format not just your gifts, but you format literally the way you speak, your cadence, your flow, everything. You're not a rapper, but you've literally formatted the way you speak in your videos after Ak. So, like, all I would say is that if you're a content creator, one of the worst things you could do is copy someone else. One of the worst things you can do. Once that is stuck on you, there's nothing you can do. See, Ak had niggas blaming him for deaths in Chicago. Ak had niggas putting all kind of shit on him. But there was only one Ak. There was only one Ak. When you have the label of copier or imitator, or you bite another nigga's style, or you trying to be another nigga, you'll never be able to escape that shadow the longer you do it. And Flakko seems to think that he can just deny what's happening, deny what he's doing, Flakko seems to think that he could just deny the fact that he's copying Akademiks and still grow as a content creator and reach maybe even the same level of Ak, and that's just not possible. It's just not gonna happen. Not as long as Ak is still here. And even if Ak were to somehow fucking fly to Cuba and hang out with Tupac and disappear forever, nigga, people are still gonna say, this is nigga biting off Akademiks. We don't want to fuck with this. We want the real Ak back. We'd rather watch a bunch of old Ak content because the nigga don't post no more. We'd rather watch all of this old shit than watch a new fake Ak. So if you're a content creator, I highly suggest as a fellow content creator to not copy other people, because that shit, I don't think there's any possible way where that shit can go right. I've never seen one nigga survive off that. The closest we've seen was a nigga who was doing that 22 Savage shit, but that's Funny Mike. He has his own brand, his own thing going on. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Flakko, you gotta come clean, bro. You are copying Ak. You gotta come clean. And the sooner you come clean and stop doing this shit, the longer you'll be able to be around in this hip hop media shit. Cause there's room for everybody. It's not just an Akademiks game. A lot of niggas see Ak and think, well, if I'm not doing exactly what Ak does, I can't make it. No, like that's been disproven. The only difference between niggas like Ak and other people is Ak's consistency, his humor, this Ak has taken the work ethic and independency as well to a level that other niggas haven't taken. Other niggas depend on Power 105 or The Breakfast Club or Complex, or niggas depend on other networks and brands. Akademiks has always been dedicated to the independency, dedicated to the independence. I don't even know if independency is a word, but he's been dedicated to his independent content on his YouTube channel. You gotta look at it like, what is Ak doing, not how does Ak do it. Like don't try to copy the nigga word for word, bar for bar. But look at, okay, how often does this nigga post? You know, how long is he on Twitch? How many clips does he cut up and put up on his clip channel? Like, these are the things that content creators should be studying, not this nigga's entire flow, word for word, bar for bar. But that's just what I think. Flakko should admit that he copies Ak. Sooner the better. The sooner he stops doing it, the longer he can stick around. Niggas gotta admit that they copy, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit definitely isn't good long term for Flakko, and hopefully he stops denying it, but it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.